Happy New Year's, everyone. I am AkemiTCG and I have a really special video today. And why is it special? Because you guys gotta recognize this. You guys recognize this? You know what time it is, guys? What time it is, Umbrella Gang? It's Rikka time. Rikkas are back, guys. We are back with an updated deck profile for January 2021. Again, Happy New Year's, everyone. Hopefully, fingers crossed that this year is going to be better than the last year. So let's kick it off. I'm just going to go right into the deck profile. One thing I want to mention before is I am playing a pure going second version. You want to go second with this deck. If you win the dice roll, you call second. You lose the dice roll, you also want to call second with this variant of deck. I think this is how the deck can really manage in this format, especially in the competitive scene, and I will explain why based on my choices I've made here. So starting with the monsters. Playing 3 Snowdrop. It's proprietary to play 3. I do want to cut one for Arrow Mage Jasmine. However, I just don't have a copy of Jasmine, but 3 Snowdrop will suffice for now. This card basically, if you don't know, special summon this card and another plant monster from your hand by attributing one plant monster on the field as cost on your side of the field, obviously. And then you special summon 2, and then once per turn you can target one of your plant monsters, and all your plant monsters on the field become that same level. So it's pretty much the Exceed starter for this whole entire deck. 3 Mudan, the Rikka Fairy. This card basically lets you search for the Rikka spells and traps. I like to play 3 just because it's really easy to summon her. You just have to tribute one plant monster. You can special summon her in attack mode or defense mode if you need the extra 1000 damage for game, or if you need, some kind of recursion for the turn after or the turn after that. And then 3 Rikka Petal. This is your elemental hero Stratos that literally always comes back during the opponent's end phase, so it's really good. 2 Primula, the Rikka Fairy. I like this at 2 right now. I've tried it at 1 for a while, but then 2 I realized it's just the better option because you want to go for Strene, which is the slightly newer Rikka, probably the newest Rikka that we have. So playing 2 Primula just makes a lot of sense here. Then you're playing 1 copy of Erica. Erica is, in my opinion, just not as good as the others. You have to play at least 1 though. I know some builds play 2, some builds play 1, but I personally like 1. Basically it lets you make one of your plant monsters gain 1000 attack, and you can also tribute it on the field, and it doesn't even have to battle a monster. So you can attack with Erica, and then your Teardrop can attack for 28, and then you can tribute itself to make it 4000. So you can attack for 64 off of literally just Erica and Teardrop, which is really good. 3 Lone Fire, because this is a plant deck. You play 3 Lone Fires. That's just how it goes, guys. You need to play 3 Lone Fires if you're playing plants. 1 second. Just adjusting stuff. Alright, 3 Evil Thorns. This is basically your combo starter. I know Evil Thorns used to be expensive, now they're a lot cheaper. I think they're in the $2 range, so it should be quite affordable. Basically, you tribute itself and get 2 Evil Thorns from the deck in attack mode. It's basically a 1 for 2. The only problem is A, it can get Ash, and B, it also can get Gores too, because you have to burn your opponent for 300. Also, newsflash, if you're playing Dark Ruler No More, and you play Evil Thorn, right, and you tribute itself, you do not get the 2 out of Evil Thorns, because the requirement is you have to tribute itself and burn 300 life points to your opponent. And if you burn the 300, then you can summon the 2 more Evil Thorns. If not, then it does absolutely nothing, which sucks. 1 Rose Girl. This is the infinite recursion. Some people play this at 2, but I just like at 1. I kind of don't really want to see it in my opening hand, but obviously other people will disagree with that. 1 Spore, because we're playing Perialis. Spore is just so much better. 1 Angelica, again with the Arrow Mage package. 1 Angelica, 1 Laurel. Basically, the idea is you want to get the Link 2 on the field. The Link 2 summons the Laurel. You sack it, gain 500 life points. Oh wait, is it 500? It is 500, my bad. You gain 500 life points, and then, because you gain 500 life points while the Link's on the field, you can get Angelica from deck to your hand, and you can extend even further. Basically, it's like a double extender. 1 World Carrot Weight Champion. The only reason why you're playing this is for Rikka Glamour. If you didn't know, you Rikka Glamour and you tribute one of your Rikka cards, to say like you tribute literally any plant monster, you tribute it and you search for Primula, and it also lets you search for one of the same level. So you can search for World Carrot Weight Champion, and on resolution, because something was tributed in that particular chain, Primula's in the hand, Primula can special summon herself for free. which is really nifty, especially when you're summoning Strenna. We're playing one Mardell. Mardell is going to search you any of the plants. It also has good recursion with Tranquility, because Tranquility does not negate your monsters when you revive them from the graveyard. So Mardell is just really good. And then with that, we're still playing the Har package. Basically, Mardell is a 3-card package with Mardell, Har, and Generator Boss Stage. Basically, what it does is you can search your Generator Boss Stage, activate it, and on the next draw phase, on your opponent's draw phase, you special summon Har from your deck. This is pretty much the only card you don't want to draw. But now you have like a Dark Law-esque effect, and you also have an Omni Negate. So this is really good, especially in tandem with Teardrop, and especially in this kind of control format where it's a lot harder to make negates because we just don't have Link Rust anymore. But negates can still happen, but they're not as prevalent. And Har is a big 3000 booty, so he's thick. Anyways, for the spells, we're playing 3 Rikka Glamour. This is your search card. This is a good card. And search, you attribute it to search for 2, so you're still breaking even, but if you play it, you always get to search for that Rikka card that you need. Then we are playing, so this is why we're going second, right? We're playing 3 Dark Hole in the main. Akemi, why are you playing 3 Dark Hole in the main? Let me explain. A lot of decks right now don't have some kind of destruction protection. They just make VFD and they pass, or they make like Krishna, and then things happen, but they don't really have inherent spell protection. They may have monster protection, they may have stuff like that, but Dark Hole will just yeet everything on the board, and then you can commence with your turns. And that's why I like it a lot. Even against Zodiac, they summon Zeus, you can just Dark Hole the whole field, and it's fine. Super fine. And then 1 Regeki as well. So you're playing those 4 board wipe cards. 1 for 1. Obviously for the Rikka Petal, and also the Evil Thorn. Depending on the choice you want to make. 1 Generator Boss Stage for the whole Generator package we have there. Anyways, on to the traps. We're playing 2 Rikka Tranquility now. I like this card a lot better at 2, just because at 1 it just felt like it wasn't really doing enough. I like this card better because we're in a slower format now. So this, in my opinion, I would argue is better than Sheet, because Sheet just prevents your opponent's monsters from activating and also does target. But Tranquility lets you revive too, and especially if you have the Aroma Seraphy Jasmine, I don't remember the name of it, the Link 2, you can summon 2 plants under their opponents, and those 2 plants cannot be destroyed by battle. So now your opponent's even in a bigger conundrum, and I feel like Tranquility is just a lot better right now than Sheet. But in any case, we are still playing the 1 Sheet as well. And last but not least, for the board wipe, we are playing Evenly Match. We have to board wipe your opponent to start with your turns, so that's why we're going second. We're blind second, praying we grow into Dark Hole, Regeki, or Evenly Match. Opening hand, there are 7 cards out of the deck. You're playing a 40-card deck flat, and also simultaneously you're going second, so you don't open with 5 cards, you open with 6 cards. You have more opportunities to break boards, and surprisingly, this deck can break boards really well. Obviously the board wipes help, but just in general, everything else can bait really well. If you're liking this video so far, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Anyways, on to the extra deck. We have 1 Perialis, our new extra deck card. It's very good. Not amazing, it's very good. You make a 7. We finally have a 7 that's a plant, and you can revive your Snowdrop, you revive your Mudon, anything that's level 5 or higher, you can just revive it. And ideally you want to revive Snowdrop with this, so you can turn her into a 7, and then make Aurea, the Sylvan High Orbiter, which is a Adamantipated Dragite for this deck. And also, if you guys didn't know, it also gets really big. For every plant you have in your field, it gets 400 attack per, so it can cap out at 4,000 attack, because, wait, does it accept itself? Oh wait, 3,600 attack because it doesn't count itself. But it's still a lot of damage on board, so it's really good. 1 Queen of Thorns. We have extra space now because we're not playing the Virtue package anymore, so Queen of Thorns is just good. Make sure your opponent burn 1,000 per, and now you're doing more damage. You can get more gas off of this. If you get them to literally less than 1,000 life points, and then you summon Queen of Thorns, they cannot normal summon. Or anything, they can't normal summon or special summon any monster from the hand without having to pay the 1,000 life points, which really sucks. Rikka Queen Strenna. 1 Strenna. I like Strenna. This just lets you recur the graveyard, and also there's a lot of gnarly combos. The same combos still apply from my other video. You can find it up here if you want to see combos. But I will be releasing a new combo video tomorrow if you guys are all interested, so you can see how this deck kind of works in action, how the gears are turning. Teardrop, I'm definitely not playing just one. No way, dude. I'm playing 2 teardrops. This is the tribute your opponent's card during your turn, tribute your opponent's card during my turn, or tribute either player's card during either player's turn. Doesn't matter. Just a good card. 1 Aromatherapy Jasmine. You can play 2 if you wish. It just really depends on player preference. There are some times where I've had to go into 2, but I think I was supposed to update it to have 2, but for some reason I only have 1 in here, so that will be updated. 1 True King of All Calamities, 1 VFD. Basically, if you boss stage Model, and if you Model, get boss stage, go to Har, and Har's still on the field, you can just make VFD off of that, because I believe Har is... Oh yeah, Har's a 9. They're both 9, so you can make VFD off of that if you can't generate any more tokens. But also, if you leave it on the field, and Snowdrop's already on the field because you revived it maybe off of Tranquility, or even off of Perialis, then you're still not locked into plants, so you can Snowdrop, target your Model, make them both 9s, go for VFD. It's just way too good of a card not to run, so that's why I like running it. 1 Sylvan Princess Sprite. This is niche. It does come in handy. I've won games with this, but you can definitely take this out if you want to run a second Aromatherapy Jasmine. 1 Kanzashi, the Rikka Queen. Card's good, but I don't really summon her that often, unfortunately. 1 Angunar activates effects. You cannot respond to it, and you bounce literally every other card on the field back to their owner's hand. So this can come in super clutch, especially when you're going for game and they only have, like, let's say, like monsters or something. Obviously the second Strenna, we're gonna put the Strenna in there. I messed up. There's supposed to be 2. Guys, I messed up. It's all good. Twas all good. 1 Aurea. Now that Perialis is out, we can make Aurea so much easier. You can summon Perialis, revive Snowdrop, and then copy. However, you can also make it with Spore, if you guys don't know this too. Spore, banish a Mudan or 6, maybe Erica, but not preferred that you banish Erica. So Spore revives back as a level 7, then you can Snowdrop, copy Spore, make it to a 7 to make Aurea. I've done that before, and that's why Spore is probably like one of the best cards in this deck, because it has so many applications. You can literally turn it into most of the Exceeds. So like 1 Dingirsu. I know people are going to be like, why are you playing Dingirsu? The thing is, some cards cannot be targeted and you have to get rid of it as such, and this card has won me games in this deck before. Same idea with Tranquility, revive stuff and then make Girsu. Also, if you Perialis, revive Snowdrop, again, Snowdrop's not locked. You don't get locked into plants unless you use either A, Snowdrop's hand effect, or B, Petal's on field effect. So you can make Dingirsu quite easily. Obviously not turn 1, but turn 2, turn 3, 4 onwards, you can make Dingirsu. 1 Aromatherapy Rosemary. Because I wanted to play Aeromage Jasmine, it just makes more sense to play Rosemary. And last but not least, 1 Alce, the Sylvan High Protector. This is a targeting, put back to the top, put back to the bottom. If your opponent's in a bind, you just put whatever card they have back to the top of their deck, and they kind of lose there because you do it twice. You do it once and they don't do anything for the next turn. You do it again the next turn, and by that time you would already have Petal in the graveyard. Petal revives, and now you literally just go for game the turn after. So once Alce resolves successfully, then your opponent just passes, then you just win. On to the sideboard. 3 Lancia. Lancia's good for literally a lot of decks. There is a hand trap tier list video I've made, and you can find that on my channel, and it pretty much explains the reasons why I'm picking the particular hand traps that I'm picking here. 3 Drone Lockbird. Card's good too. Card's good in a lot of situations. I didn't want to main it just because, you know, we're blind second. We want to choke your opponent out. This prevents your opponent from getting choked out, but the Dark Hole, the Raigeki, the Evenly Matched, that blows out the opponent completely, especially if they don't see it coming. And then unfortunately, this is where the deck turns kind of not budget, but you can play other things. I am playing the 3 Lightning Storms. And why am I playing 3 Lightning Storms? I am playing the 3 Lightning Storms just in case for back row removal. If I'm playing a back row heavy deck, I need to be able to deal with it. And obviously you can play Twin Twisters over this, but Lightning Storm can get rid of 3, 4, or even 5 back rows, so that's something to keep in mind. But in this case, in any case, if you're playing budget, you can definitely just replace this for Twin Twisters, Cosmics, whatever you fancy. It just works out that way. And again, with that, Harpy's Feather Duster for the clear, and then 2 Forbidden Chalices for if you're playing against Zeus or anything, any heavy deck. If you're going first, you can put Chalices in, and this could really come in clutch. And last but not least, the Fury of Kairyu-Shin package with the 2 Torrential Tribute. If you don't know what Fury of Kairyu-Shin does, it searches Torrential Tribute, and then Torrential Tribute just yeets your opponent's whole entire field. Well, both of your fields. However, if you have Fury in the graveyard, you can banish it to protect all your water monsters from dying. So it's like a one-sided torrential tribute, which is really, really good. Anyways, I do have a combo video coming out tomorrow, so you can see it in action. But that is all I got for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. I am AkemiTCG. I will see you guys in the next one. Watch out for the combo video tomorrow. I'll also be doing test hands as well. I just wanted to give you guys a surface of how this deck is. I'll see you guys next time. Alright, bye guys.
The world ends now.